Hello, I'm Andrew Solorio. I'm recording for my Project 6 video assignment. I'm gonna go like I usually do, explaining list, yada yada. I'm thinking of making an intro. I gotta get like hit the OBS editing studio. Big music, big effects. Kaboom! Alright. I'll start with the first one. Object pulling. What is it? How is it mainly used? When I first started learning and reading on what object pulling was, my first idea or thought that came to mind, which is how I try and work through these assignments wise, is kind of like a bow and arrow in a video game. Usually in certain video games, this is something I play, a survival, but usually in most games, you would shoot the arrow lands, and you can go and run and pick it up. That is basically how I kind of see object pulling. You shoot, you go grab the arrow that went far away, you pick it up, and you reuse it. You keep redoing that, and you reuse it as many times as you want, as many times you need, until you break it. That's kind of how object pulling is. Instead of like a bullet where you shoot it, it's one and done, you can constantly reuse this one quote unquote arrow. And object pulling mainly helps with performance. Instead of creating a new asset again and again and again and destroying it after it being used again and again and again, you can have a number of assets, use one, disable it, put it away somewhere, and then reuse it again and again. So it helps time with, it won't force the system to create a new asset to now cover up the empty area that the asset was used on. So you can just reuse it again, mainly helping with performance and all that. I have updated an old code project of mine. If you remember, it's a little coins thing where you can collect them. The updated script has used now, for the coins specifically, we now have a coin pool. Anytime the player collects or enters a trigger enter event, when the meshes collide, instead of destroying the coin and creating a new one, it disables the coin, puts it in the background, and places it down again. So I will run the script. Oh, there we go. And you can see here on the left, we have the coin pool, and it creates 20 coins. And slowly, it activates the coins, allowing them to slowly appear on screen. Overall, object pulling is mainly used to just save on performance and overall ease of use for the system, because creating an asset, destroying it, creating again and again and again is very, like, if it was one instance, it's not that bad on a system, but if it's like hundreds of times over and over, it can pile up and be very damaging. So now the coins are collected, so on and so forth. Next is next would be refactoring. What is it? What is tech debt? Refactoring, it's not that complicated. So basically, it's used. I guess a good example would be my player script. I refactored my player script into two separate things. So my original player script did four different things. It was important for the coin collection action. It was important for the movement system. It gained input. It get the on-trigger collider event. It did all these things on one script. And the refactoring did is we broke the player into two things. So now we have the player movement on one area, just player movement. And we got the player collector on its own separate area. Overall, this made the script easier to read. So instead of going through 50 lines of code here, over 50 lines of code, to just change the movement system. With it being separated, it is easier to both read it, fix it up, and clean it. But we can have it just mainly helps with organization. So now player movement and player collector, we can change it. Like now on my player movement, I can just add like a jump or a dash, and it won't be too overbearing to read and go through and change. That's mainly how refactoring works. It's just easier to read, easier to maintain, less error prone. But tech debt, what is it? It's mainly a phrase, or not a phrase. It is something, but it's the cost of taking shortcuts in your code. Now they'll cause problems. So like you change a corner, take it easy, but then you come back to it later. You want to fix the code. It's gonna catch up on you. It's gonna make it very hard to fix up and clean. So why would one refactor your code? As I said, it just makes it easier to read, improves readability, easier to fix up bugs, and add features, and it makes it more reusable. So instead of changing one line of code here, searching for it, we now have it separated and labeled. Makes it very easy, very nice, very good. I guess that's all. That covers it. Sorry about the wait. I'm on it. I'm tired, but I'm on it.